to podcast.
All right, it's the Smoker Section podcast, and I'm here with Frederick.
Fuck. I just had a cigarette smoke.
Thinking like a bitch.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? We got a good guest today. We have a good friend of ours.
Yes.
I knew him first, by the way.
You did, but I consider I consider this guy one of my best friends. Definitely in my inner circle, for sure.
Hector
Torres.
A.K.A. Hecky Poo, A.K.A. Stepfather of the Century.
AKA, you heard him be mentioned millions of times in this podcast.
Yeah,
Hello,
we did,
Hector.
right? A couple of times we mentioned you in the podcast. What's
How
up,
you
man?
doing, good sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Happy to be down here. Just excited.
Yeah, man. You're one of the guys. Well, our whole inner circle is very supportive, but you've definitely been one of the top supportive. Give us the feedback we need, criticism we need. So I definitely appreciate that always.
Definitely, man. Thank you. And it's been a long time coming, bro, but you're finally here. And I know we've been trying to get you down here for a while now, but you're getting too busy being a set dad and working and doing all these adult things and shit.
We kind of sneak attacked him today, man.
Yeah, well, so we're down here to watch this Barrios and Gervonta Davis fight, but he thought he was coming just to watch the fight, but you're wrong.
We had different plans for him.
Yeah, you guys definitely caught me off guard with this. I walk in and you guys are just like, "Oh, you're on the hot seat today." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, and thank you for bringing these bitch drinks today.
They're
He
fucking
bought,
delicious. I ain't gonna lie.
He bought some Corona hard seltzer lemonade.
Hell
Oh no, I'm sorry, limonada.
Ooh.
Today, I ain't gonna lie, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm drinking the strawberry one right now. I'm really loving it.
I had the grapefruit one. It kind of like shit, but it's alright. It's not too bad. Better than Truly's.
Yeah, fuck a Truly, bro. Keep it Mexican.
Man, I'm like Truly's, but I'm white. I can get away with that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, how long have you known Hector for?
I've known Hector for about 11 years now because I met him my senior year of high school, I believe.
How old are you right now?
I am 30. Damn, I almost said 21.
Just turned 30.
I'm fucking old.
So about 12 years.
Yeah, definitely.
You remember how we met?
We met outside of Mr. Alejandro's house.
Do you remember what's going on?
I was trying to light a black and mild, and I was doing it all fucked up apparently. And Hector had to come Hector doesn't even know me. He comes up to me, give me that, and lit it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at
Now
him.
I'm
I was like,
smoking cigars and shit.
So you were still smoking? You were smoking cigarettes at the time already?
"No, I was actually only smoking Black and Milds."
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was only occasional.
And now
It was a year after that I picked up a cigarette and I
Remember
regret it.
I told you we used to always smoke the wine wood tip ones.
Wine wood tips. We for a while there we smoked those little stupid clove cigarettes.
Yeah,
Remember
told
those?
you about that
black
too.
ones?
Yeah,
We
they
love
would like
those.
they would like pop when you were smoking them and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah,
I remember that.
they have a little
I
like a
smoked
little
one
pop.
or two of those before. They taste like shit. It's like kind of like minty kind of.
Oh, I'm a fat guy, bro, so I love Thanksgiving, and it reminds me. It's like the clavos that you put in the pavo.
Really?
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
got
that's what
super
I-
Mexican right now. And not the pavo that I'm on.
Yeah, the ham.
Yeah, with the pineapples.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
I
what it's
don't,
made
know,
of.
I don't know if that spice is called in English though.
So basically, we liked him because we were fat.
But
True story.
Yeah, I've tasted them before, like I said, but I never was into like cigarettes or like Black and Mild shit like that. I just got into cigars maybe like 5-6 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never been into that shit or whatever. But I know, I don't remember when I met Hector. I know we went to school together. We went to Central for a little bit. Cause you ain't graduated from Central, right? Where'd you go after that?
No, I graduated from
Oh, did
Central.
you?
Yeah, I graduated
Oh,
08. Yeah.
Oh, wait, okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, 'cause I graduated 09.
I like just casually knew you from Jimmy.
Right, and his
Yeah.
brother. Jose.
Yeah, because I was cool with Jimmy and Jose.
Yeah, well, you graduated in Jose's class 08. Because he graduated 08.
Did he? I thought he graduated a year before me.
Was it 07?
He graduated 07.
Was it?
Yeah, he graduated 07. I graduated 08, and I think Jimmy graduated 09.
Yeah, we graduated 09.
Yeah.
But I remember, because, we would go out and shit.
Yeah.
And, I remember one time I got invited to this day, bro, I still don't know whose house was it. I know I brought it up a couple of times, but this motherfucker thought he was, like,
The
fucking
chef?
master chef over here.
Hey, bro.
And we got there late, right? We're drinking. He had, like, these fat-ass pork chops, bro. They were thick as fuck. At least an inch thick, right? And then he was like, hey, bro, you guys hungry? I was like, hell yeah, bro. He's like, all right, cool. So, like, he's like over here cooking it up and shit, and he like burned the fuck out of it, right? Like the outside's crispy shit.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, I got you a good ass one right here, right? I'm like, hell yeah, off the grill. Bro, I sit down, I grab that fucking pork chop, I bite into it, right? I'm like fucking struggling. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I bite it, and I finally I start chewing it, but it's like as soon as I chewed it, there's something wrong with it. I spit it out, and it was dark out. There wasn't like really no light there.
So you can, yeah.
So like the street light that was hitting, because we were kind of like someone's yard, so like the alley was there, and I looked, bro, it was pink. And like the color of pork, raw as fuck, bro.
I
Like,
almost drew up in your fucking.
oh my god, it was disgusting. And I always remember that part. That's like when I really.
That's when you find like really got to know.
Yeah, because I didn't really know anybody. Like obviously you guys, I didn't know him as much. I didn't really know like anyone he knew around the area or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I was more friends with Jimmy, and he knew people because of his brother. And then his brother knew people and shit like that. So we'd get
It's
invited
crazy
to
how
like
this
parties
real
and shit like
fucking
that.
works.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we went to the same school, so I mean, I would eventually would meet up with people that we knew, and people that we knew, and their friends, and so I mean, it was bound to happen. But it was just weird how all this came about to where I knew Hector, I've known him before, and then he met you guys, and then I met you guys, and mutual friends. It's just fucking crazy, dude, how that shit works.
Well, now we're down here recording a podcast.
Yeah.
We actually kind of met the way you and Chris met.
What, throughout online gaming?
Yeah.
Who, you mean you?
Yeah.
Oh, but I met you before you.
Yeah, but we really got to talking when we played online gaming because you would talk hella shit. That was back when we played Call of Duty Modern Warfare. What was it? Modern Warfare 3?
I don't remember, bro.
Yeah, when Freddie used to
It was the one that had the story with the blow up in France where they bombed France and it's like a family and a little girl.
Yeah.
We would play that online.
Damn, bro, that's a long ass.
That was a long ass. You were a big shit talker too.
So that.
Yeah, to this day.
Yeah, he
I just done stepped up my game. You really don't talk shit too much. Talk shit to me anymore.
Boy.
Fuck that. I carried you in the first time when we played Blackout.
Oh,
yeah,
one
okay.
time. Here we go. All right, Alex. All right.
So before we go too much into this episode, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the cigars we're smoking on real quick. I'm smoking a podcast favorite here, Smoker Section podcast favorite, the Olivia V series.
It's one of my favorites, yeah.
We
I
all
was
love
actually
this.
saving it for, a special day for this cocksucker grad. But it's fine. It's fine.
There's more. There's another one
I
in
know.
there, you asshole.
Bitch. But no, I'm smoking a Perdomo, and it's Noir. It's like a very heavy stick. I've never had this one before. Like Perdomo has a lot of good sticks. They have like the Sun-Grown series that I'm a really big fan of. And they have the champagne one that I introduced you to.
Yeah.
The Connecticut one. That's a really light one. I like
That's
that
the first one we
a lot.
ever had.
Is that the anniversary one?
Yeah, the champagne one, yes,
Mhm.
the 10th year anniversary. But they have a sun-grown series. They have like a total like 10 sticks or something like that. From like the sun-grown series, it varies from like darkness and richness, and those are really good sticks too. But this one I've never had before. It says champagne on it, so I'm guessing it's like the champagne series as well.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like a different stick, like a branch off that series or whatever.
Well, yeah, because that champagne 10th anniversary is more of a Connecticut.
Right.
This is more of a like
I think it's
full
like
body like
yeah.
Maduro wrap, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yep. And then I think you got the
Perdomo Habano.
Yeah, and that one's I think that one's a Maduro, so that's like a really strong one. I don't even get to taste that because you really smoke cigars, right?
No, it's pretty strong though. I feel like I should be drinking some coffee with this. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, you can. I mean, you don't have to
Probably
drink
like a
coffee
black
with
coffee
cigars.
with it.
Feels like it.
Maybe whiskey, some harsher. Probably drink that with it.
I don't drink no more, bro.
Really? Why?
Blood pressure. Yeah.
That's why we got these. We don't need these right now. We're getting up
I'm
there
drinking
in
on
age, we
water.
got health problems and shit.
But you smoking cigarettes, bro? Those are fucking probably worse than.
I've reduced my cigarette intake. Thank you. Okay.
So from
So my plan is by the time, so I'm gonna be a father in September.
congratulations.
Thank you. So my plan is by August, what I'm gonna try and do is cut cold turkey.
So how many?
You could
so
do it.
you're from what 5 packs a day to?
I know you're saying that jokingly, but it was damn near like 2 packs a day.
Damn, for real.
Yeah, 2 packs a day. Back when I was working in the railroad.
And what? Down to what? 1 pack a day?
Nah, a pack will last me like 2 days.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's definitely good for Hector, for real. All jokes aside, but
Yeah.
Well, I know we had a conversation before, so I'd be like, why the fuck are you smoking cigarettes, bro? They're fucking bad for you. And I know you told me that, I think, I'm not sure what kind of cancer runs in your family, or just cancer in general.
Cancer in general, both sides.
That you think that you're gonna get it?
It's statistically the odds are that I'm able to, but if I take care of myself, I can hopefully, knock on wood, beat it. So.
Yeah, but you've been smoking cigarettes, right?
Hey, there is stopping, okay?
And a big amount of cigarettes.
And surprisingly, I think it's 5 years your lungs get back to normal.
Oh, really? There's like a regeneration process?
Yeah, your body will regenerate. So.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna regenerate to.
No, it does. It does.
Bro,
all the old tissue starts, like getting beat out by the new tissue.
Smoking 2 packs a day to.
Well, I don't smoke 2 packs a day no more.
Well, not no more.
Yeah,
but
there we
if
go.
you're abused, bro, there's no way. See, this is why we need Jamie. This is why we need Jamie, because we need somebody to fucking look this shit up and Google shit, and so we can put in the screen.
Hold on. We'll see. We'll have him Google it right now.
I remember I told you.
I don't got a Jamie. I got a Juan.
Oh. I remember a Jaime. We have a Jaime. I remember I was like, dude, like, why you, smoking cigarettes or whatever? And he would say, because he read his family, and he was just basically saying, like, fuck it, why not?
It was more of a stress situation, too. I was really stressed out. I was working. I was in the parking lot taking a break. And one of my coworkers was smoking a Marlboro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bro, does that really fucking help you? He's like, yeah, dude. I'm like, let me get one. He's like, oh, here you go.
That was before you even, like, well, you smoked Black and Miles.
But I was always occasional with that.
Right.
But I smoked a cigarette, and honestly, it's the worst thing I've ever done.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, it's the worst thing I've ever done.
Well, yeah, if that's the point that got you into smoking cigarettes, and yes, that is probably the worst thing you could have done health-wise, at least.
Done different drugs in the past, never felt no kind of, like, addiction to it. Even alcohol, never felt alcoholic or anything like that. And alcoholism runs in my family. But a cigarette, that damn tobacco, yeah, it got me hooked. You
should probably try like DMT and shit like that, or like the ayahuasca shit, because I know they said supposedly that stuff helps like people with like addiction and stuff, like kick addiction and whatever. So shit, that's probably one route you could take.
Yeah, I tried for a while there. Actually, it was helping me reduce it. Was chewing sunflower seeds. Okay. But then the blood pressure issues. Cigarettes bad for you for blood pressure, but so is sunflower seeds.
And like salt and shit.
Yeah, so.
But don't they sell like naked ones, like just like unsalted ones?
Yeah, but those are disgusting.
Okay, yes. Yeah, 'cause you know what I noticed too, bro? Like when I first started working here, or like other jobs, I would chew a lot of sunflower seeds. Yeah. I would get like the dill pickle flavor and shit, but that's so much sodium and shit.
It is.
And I felt weird, bro. Like I felt like something weird in my chest, and I just felt like my whole body was weird. And it's probably because of the fucking sunflower seeds.
Bro,
yeah.
Looking at Campania, Hector used to bring them bad boys all the time, straight up. I used to look forward to that though. Sometimes, like, I'm not gonna lie, those did help with stress. Like, I don't know, there's something weird about it. If we had like a bad day there, I knew Hector was coming. I was like, he's gonna bring in like fucking big ass bag of fucking sunflower seeds. I'm gonna get a cup of that bitch.
That's fucking dude. But yeah, it's like one of those things. As far as like sunflower seeds, or like smoking, it's just like something you have to like to keep you occupied. Cause like I would drive the forklift or whatever I'm driving, and like just. You're doing your work, but just like chewing something and doing something repetitive, like spitting it out, and then keep doing like, or even chewing gum and shit like that. I think it helps.
Now. What are you doing right now for a living?
I drive heavy machinery, cranes and shit like that.
And there's a little bit of a boring time, right? Downtime.
Yeah, but that's why I have my AirPods on and shit,
so
listening
to
music.
Doing something, and at least it's healthy. It's not hurting you.
Right. Yeah. Well, because I can't smoke up there. If I could smoke, I'd probably smoke a fucking cigar.
There you go.
I'd probably smoking cigars and shit up there.
Yeah, man, if it was the 80s, you probably could. Shit.
Yeah, dude. Oh, definitely. Shit, not even the 80s. Fucking early 2000s, probably.
Early 2000s.
Because what they
changed.
Because remember, like we used to be able to smoke cigarettes and all that shit, like in diners and shit.
You're right, because
up until what 03 or something like that.
In what was it 2011? No, it was 2012 when I worked for Ultra, and when I worked there, we had the break room back there, and they told us they're like. Break room, this used to be the smoker section. Hey. But now, it's all one, and then you could, it was only like a year or two since that law was passed where you had to have like a liquor license in order to allow smoking in your place or some shit like that. Right?
I don't.
Nah, not necessarily. Like okay. Because I remember when they passed that law at first, even bars took a big hit. because they didn't allow any smoking. But then I don't know what happened, and then slowly but surely you started seeing more bars allowing you to smoke.
I'm pretty sure they probably got to pay like a tax or something to where they allow you to
honestly,
do
I
that.
think that's what killed Jukebox.
Yeah.
Remember Jukebox, the pool hall?
Yeah, the pool hall.
Everybody there used to be a chimney in there.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if that's what killed it, because I mean, obviously, only a certain amount of people went there. It's like if you smoked cigarettes,
But a lot of people stopped going after the cigarette thing.
Yeah, because it was dead when we would go there after that.
Yeah, was
we
it?
used to go there like almost every other weekend, maybe.
Right.
And Friday nights and Saturday nights were always jammed.
Yeah, but now you have bars that have like pool tables in them, and you can smoke cigarettes or whatever in there and shit like that. So
it just gets a little bit more difficult. You have to place your quarter, wait in line and shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you go to like the no-name bars and shit.
Jukebox, I think, of course there's older cats there, but I think it was good for the crowd that was 21 and younger. 20 and younger.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because you can't go to the bars.
So right. Dang, I've been there forever. I don't even remember how it looks actually. I've only been there like a handful of times.
Oddly enough, it's a tobacco line now.
Well, yeah. I go there sometimes to buy some cigars and shit from there.
That's crazy how like the non-smoking kind of did it under, and now it's a fucking
it's a smoke shop.
Everything that's supposed to now is becoming a smoke shop now. Right?
Shout out to Tobacco Land, by the way. They have great stuff. Candles, all tobacco products, tobacco pipes, pipe tobacco, cigars especially, lighters, everything, bro. Hookah, everything you could fucking think of. I'd go there for sure.
They need to redo their name though.
Tobacco Land?
Yeah, because the L, the land, looks like a penis.
Yeah, if you look at it.
Really?
It looks like a penis. Nutty.
Ooh, I never really paid attention to that.
Yeah, dude, check it out. It makes me laugh every time. It's the kid in me.
Make me want to go more. Hey, this is it is Pride Month, bro.
Shout out to all my gangers out there.
A-Rod. So you guys I know you guys have like a bunch of fucking stories that I don't know about.
Ooh, we do, but I don't know where we want to start with that.
Start with the fish tacos you just told me.
Fish tacos.
So before we got on air, they were talking about some fucking fish taco story that happened. I don't know.
So I don't know. Well, I never fucked with Long John Silver's like that. I don't know if you ever did, but I don't know what year.
It's just fucking disgusting, bro.
It's trash, but the fish tacos are amazing.
Disgusting.
2011, 2012 or something like that, they had fish tacos there, and they were fucking delicious. And me and Alex were hanging out. Yeah, I think Hector was supposed to come chill, but we were hungry, so before Hector came, we were in my car to go, get some Long John Silver's. And where I live, like in Hesville, was it 69th? It used to be where the Sharks is at now by Martin. It used to be Long John Silver's there.
Oh yeah, because they closed it down, right? Yeah.
Had no business besides us getting fish tacos.
We're the only motherfuckers.
Well, shit, that whole plaza is dead as fuck now, bro.
Oh yeah.
So we grabbed a few fish tacos, and we pulled up in front of Alex's house, which is by the Walgreens, and there's like a little hill that goes down to Alex's house. And I kind of see a black car, which looks like Hector's car. So I'm like, shit, Hector's here. I don't want, I would have felt bad leaving in front of my friend like that. This is how I am. So I just went, Phoop. I don't know if you guys ever seen like a cartoon where you just see the fucking food go down their throat. Oh shit, that's how my bad ass was. I almost choking on this shit, had nothing to wash it down with. And then it wasn't even fucking active. And then, I don't know if it was those same fish tacos, but I disposed of some and put them in my trunk. And about 2 years later, Hector found it.
Yeah, you're like, hey, put this in my trunk for me, and I opened the trunk, and I'm like, hey, Chris, you got some food back here, and he just stopped and looked at me like a deer in headlights. I was like, this kind of smells, Chris. What is this? It's like, oh, nothing. So I opened it up. I was with Alex, and it was a black fish taco. That's how long it had been sitting there, and Chris was just speechless.
Did he eat it?
I
No.
wasn't that.
Bro, how do you?
I knew. No, the thing is, there was a smell about him. I didn't think of looking in the trunk, bro. I forget about things. I don't know. It's weird. I remember things like crazy, but I also forget the smell.
Bro, like every time you get in a fucking car, you don't smell like.
Yeah, I said something was smelling bad, and I was.
So for 2 years, this cocksucker smelled something, and every time he got in and out of his car, he's like, "Fuck, it stinks." Whatever, and it's like didn't give a fuck.
Well, at this time period, we all had a phase, basically of we'd all wear flannels and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So Chris was like a fucking pop star on stage, bro. Like, he'll come, hey, he's got one flannel on, right? You turn around, I swear to you, he had another color flannel on. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Come to find out, he keep these flannels in his trunk. He had like 5 of them in rotation. He would switch out throughout the day. So, them fish tacos were underneath all these flannels. And I was like, wow. Funny thing about that flannel, though.
You would.
So we're all in the car, and we were talking about flannels. We're like, yeah, Alex is always going against the grain. Never, he doesn't follow the fad. So I'm like, yeah, Alex, you should get a flannel, man. They're pretty tight. And I'm like, ain't they tight? And Jonathan was there too, and he was like, yeah, man, they're tight. And it, Chris, they're tight. Chris looks over at us. He's like, no, it depends on what size you get them. So I look over at Chris, and I'm like, Chris, please tell me you're fucking with me right now. And he's like, Chris gets this deer in headlights look every fucking time, bro. And I'm like, no, this motherfucker thought we were talking about if they were tight on
like
you.
It's like,
I felt so fucking stupid, bro. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention to the conversation or what, but I remember that. Like,
so question is, do you have fish tacos in your car right now?
Wanna go look?
No, I'm afraid to, bro.
No, it's coming back there, bro.
But see, it's a good thing it's fast food, because imagine if it was like some like just organic dish you made, not organic, but just like,
ooh, man, there would have been a live fucking fish.
oh, you would have like worms and shit, maggots in there probably or something like that. Cause like you ever seen that time lapse video of like a McDonald's cheeseburger or whatever?
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
And it just like turns like brown or something. It doesn't even rot out and shit. I think that's like the only thing that saved your car, bro, from like getting mold and shit everywhere. And I just can't. I can't imagine just opening your trunk and finding a fucking black fish taco.
It smell like that. It was probably the flannels covering up the smell. That's probably what it was.
And you would
Probably
fucking
so,
and you would fucking wear them, and you're like,
because the flannels would be sprayed with pre-sprayed with colognes and shit.
Axe.
Different colognes,
Axe.
bro. No, cologne.
Cologne.
He had like multiple colognes in his car. I'm like, Chris, you're like prepared for everything in this fucking Monte Carlo. There's great
would you
stories
have
with that.
that Dracar and the Jovan?
You know
That
what's
old school
funny?
shit.
You know what was my favorite one, and I laugh at it now because I think it's like sold at like the dollar store now. Was Driven by Derek Jeter.
I never smelled that one.
That shit was beautiful, bro.
I had it at the time. What is it? Diddy's cologne.
Diddy's cologne?
Diddy's. Yeah, it was a pretty popular cologne. Expensive. Now you can get it for like cheap.
Yeah.
I also had the Usher brand cologne, and now that's
Dude,
cheap
I had
too.
the Usher one too. That
Still
shit
around.
smells good as fuck.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
I used to go to the flea market and get those watered down ones and shit.
Oh really?
For like 3 for $20
Or
and
you
shit.
get sucked in and buy the oil versions. You just rub the little oil on you.
You just buy it from the fucking like random ass dude walking around and see.
You gotta spray like 30 times, bro, so you can actually smell it. 'Cause it's all water. It just like ends up drying out in your clothes.
Fucking, whenever we talk about cologne, I always think of an old friend of ours, Artemio.
Oh,
I
wow.
wasn't there for that, but I know that somebody was trying to. I forget who it was. I don't know if it was you, Hector, or Alex was trying to get cologne for him, and it was like his special fucking bottle. And he told out like he was only allowed like one spray, right?
It was Alex, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to get, and he was like, "No, dude, this is my special brand." And he like one spray, and like he's like, "That's too big of a spray." I'm like, "Dude, chill out, bro."
It was especially getting cologne.
Hell yeah, bro. But so seeing that you're a stepfather of the year this year, bro, how's it like being technically like a stepfather, I guess, or like just a father figure in general, since you are gonna have your own kids soon? So this is like really good practice for you.
Honestly, it's amazing. And just interacting with kids. Kids are special. When I was younger, I used to get out of school and pick up my niece and nephew from one of their relatives and bring them to my house and cook them some food, play with them, watch TV, all that good stuff. And it's just amazing how you see kids grow from the point where they have that adorable little accent and they can't say words, and then all of a sudden they're speaking and they don't stop talking.
Yeah.
And they just always want your attention. It's just amazing. Yeah, so.
You're like seeing like when he says that and shit. Like today, my son, you know, because he's in turn 4 and shit. So he's at the point where he's like, everything he like watches, he picks up on words and stuff. And like today, he was just like running around saying, "It's impossible! It's impossible!" I was like, "What the fuck? Like what? Like, what are you talking about?" And he just started saying words like, because he likes to play with our phones. I mean, kids like want to play games, YouTube and all that shit. And he had my phone, and he went up to his mom, to my girlfriend and shit. And he's like, "My phone's better than your phone." Like what? Like what? Like where do you get this shit from, dude? Like it's just like so amazing watching little babies, bro, grow up into like I can't say adulthood because I'm not there yet, but like my nephews, my sister's kids, she had twins and her oldest son, like I used to always raise them, from being kids up until they left Whiting because they used to live in Whiting and shit.
Well, when did you enter your daughter's life? Like,
when she turned 3.
So how was it seeing that transition to where she is? Like, she just recently turned 12, right?
It was different because, like, I don't know how your situation is with your stepson and his mom. It was different for me because with her, she was, because her father was killed when her father wasn't even there in her life to begin with. Yeah. So I can't even call him her father, but biologically I was her dad. But basically her mom raised her and my girl's parents raised her. But it was basically her mom, but she has a stepdad as well. Because her real dad, my girl doesn't know her real dad. That's like another story within itself. But so like she really looked up to her grandparents and then, my girlfriend. But, at that age, obviously she had, my girlfriend had her daughter when she was, I think, 19, she said, or something. No, 18. So, she's relatively young. So she still wants to go out and party, do, things that she wants to do. So at that age, she was 2 or 3 when I met her at the club. So I met my girlfriend because we'd go out and shit. So like her grandparents were more there because they were always with her and shit. So but like she had that attitude of like my grandparents were like kind of her parents.
Her parents.
So so she wouldn't really like, especially I don't know, maybe because being a girl, they tend to be more like, I guess, daddy girl. But like since I didn't raise her from the get-go, she didn't see me as that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she would be more to her grandfather and her mom and like that. So I wouldn't say it was difficult, but I did kind of have to like, training her is not the right word, but like kind of train her into like kind of doing things like the right way, because she would be like kind of disrespectful and she was used to doing things her way. Yeah. But with me, like, I don't take disrespect from kids. I don't care whose kid it is. Yeah. Like, there's a certain point. Like, if I show you disrespect, then okay, by all means, you disrespect that person. But when a person is trying to tell you what to do because it's the right thing to do, and you don't want to listen, or you're bad-mouthing them, like, I'm going to correct you no matter who you are. And she didn't like that. So, it took us, like, a couple years where she was, like, fight me about that, and, like, she didn't. I could tell she would kind of like resent me because she was not used to that father figure. She wasn't used to a stern person using a stern voice and authority to kind of direct them in the right direction or whatever. But now she's 12, so she thinks she knows it all, and she's all into all the other shit.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it's funny hearing you banter with her on the mic sometimes.
Oh, dude, like, one thing we constantly go back and forth is, see, the thing is, kids, they, you can only teach them so much, but once they get to a certain age to where they want to do things their own, which is fine, like, I want these kids to find their own path. Yeah. I don't want anything to interfere with that and kind of push them in the direction that they want to. I want my kids or anybody's kids to follow their own ways, whether or not it's the wrong way or not, but they chose that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want another person to be like, oh, go this way, that's the wrong way, or go this way is the right way. I want them to figure it out. And I feel like me and her argue a lot about like LGBTQ things, because I wouldn't say that I'm not against it, but I just don't get it. Yeah. Because there's so much shit that goes into that I do not get. And her being fucking 12, she thinks she fucking knows it all because she's seen videos and YouTube. And
she says it on YouTube a lot.
Because the person or people that she's watching are for LGBTQ, and they think they know it all. So they're teaching her that they know it all. So now she thinks she knows it all, and she's trying to argue with me because she thinks she knows it all. But me not knowing everything, but I know that's not right. We just butt heads about every fucking thing, bro. That's like only one thing. That's one of the things that we argue about. But like, my girlfriend, she's always like, oh, like she can't stand it. She'll go to the other room because like when me and her like start going at it and shit. And we're both, we're born in June. She's June 12th. I'm the 22nd.
Oh, so
But we're not Cancer. I'm Cancer. She's
Gemini?
I think so,
Yeah,
or something.
Gemini season,
And goddamn, bro, like me and her, like straight. It could be fucking about anything, chips, drinks, anything, bro. And we'll just argue our fucking asses off. Or
Let
whatever.
me just say this: I think YouTube is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The kiddo is on YouTube, and we kind of had to make a decision to cut the YouTube out to YouTube Kids. And even some things on YouTube Kids I don't agree with. He would watch Roblox videos, and Roblox is for kids. But the problem is you get adults playing Roblox.
Yes.
And then I heard a dude say something like, "Get over here, asshole." And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Had to hit the power button real quick. I'm like, no, we're not going to watch this. He's like, why?
Yeah.
I'm like, cuz that's not something you should be watching, buddy.
Yeah. Because how old is your son?
He's 4.
Yeah, so at that age, he's only like a couple months younger than my son.
Yeah, very impressionable.
At that age, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm the same way as far as like I don't tolerate disrespect and stuff like that. And she tells me all the time it's different having that stern figure there now.
Yeah.
Just recently, I mean, he's a sweet kid. He's a good kid. He's not a bad kid by no means. He's just very hyper.
Mm-hmm.
So we got him in soccer, and he was at soccer. And this other little kid who's younger than him goes running off trying to hit the playground, and he's following off behind him. And I'm like, okay, we're not going to sit here and do this.
Yeah.
So the coach goes and grabs him, brings him back, and then they're doing drills, kicking into these nets. And instead of being lined up to kick into the net, he's on the net. Then I hear the coach say, he's like, go line up. And I heard him say no. I looked at her. I was like, we're done.
Yeah.
So he sees me walking out there, and he instantly puts his head down and just, no. So I'm like, no, ain't no. I'm like, we're leaving. No, but I want to try again. I was like, no, we're going to try again next time because I'm not going to have you tell your coaches no.
Yeah.
And he just went back this week, and amazing behavior.
Yeah.
And what I told him was like, I don't want you to be a follower. Might be a leader.
Yeah.
You're smart. You're intelligent. You like to do all these things. Don't follow behind nobody. We had an issue there a while at school where he was following behind other kids, and they were getting him in trouble. So, I mean, they moved him up to another classroom, an older classroom, and he's been excelling, doing real good there.
He's doing taekwondo too, right? Or he's still doing that?
He does karate. It's
karate, okay.
Tang Sudo. It's in Cherryville. It's actually pretty cool, though, because they're not only do they teach karate, they're trained with bullying. So they teach you not to bully. They have words of the month. Like this word of the month, for this month, it's integrity. So they teach them everything about integrity,
That's
Last
cool.
month, it was
That's
optimism. Dope. So, I mean, it's a lot of things. And
I think that's really dope. That word
yeah.
is really fucking dope.
And, I mean, these kids are young, but, I mean, honestly, kids are sponges.
They're sponges, bro.
Yeah.
They're fucking sponges.
They retain all that,
Yeah, they do retain everything. It was actually kind of sad, though, because he's like, he looks at me, he's like, Hector? Yeah? I can't do a high kick. I'm like, it's okay, buddy. I'm like, as long as you keep going, you're going to learn and you're going to be able to do a high kick.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's kind of high kicking now, so I'm like, don't high kick me because I'm going to swat it down. Don't think you're going to be able to take me.
No, but that's good, dude. Definitely. Like I said, man, they fucking kids, man. Like you'll see, like he's just 4 right now and shit, and like you got him at a young age to where you could kind of like mold them and train them and kind of like teach them the right way or whatever that you believe is the right way, and then from there, once they become independent, they could kind of like choose their own path. Because no matter what, if you were like there for them when they most needed you, even if you guys arguing or mad at each other, like they would always remember that in the back of their head, doing something that they feel like is gonna be wrong. They're always gonna be like, okay, well, I remember that one time, he said this or she said this, or my dad or my mom said this. Like maybe I shouldn't, or maybe I shouldn't go this way, or maybe I should, you know what I'm saying? And if they decide to do it, then okay, they're gonna do it. But their conscience is still going because you embedded that into them at a very young age and shit, So that's like parenting, dude, is like really fucking cool.
I give all the credit to my girl. she's always questioning herself. And I told her, I was like, you're an amazing parent. You've been doing this by yourself for a long time. Now you don't have to do it by yourself.
Right.
So we got a system in which, whenever he does something bad, we try and correct it. Not necessarily punish him too bad, but, redirect him to let him know that's not what it is.
Right.
So then we got a sticker system.
Okay.
Kids love stickers.
Right.
I mean, it could be for, like, the sticker doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Like, we got one sticker board where if he does good in school for so many days, he's allowed to pick whatever he wants, which is, within range of, being reasonable. And we get it for him. But then we got another sticker board that's just plain. I want that sticker.
Right.
Now you can't do that.
Right.
You're not going to get the sticker. He'll be like, oh, man.
Yeah. Well, there's like social experiments that scientists or whatever people do that they will give you a sticker. And like, so where kids are like, okay, I got a sticker. Cool. I don't know what it means, but I got one.
Yeah.
And then the day, once like a week passes by of every day giving a sticker or some shit. I don't know really how it works. And then like that one day, all right, fuck, I'm not going to give him a sticker. And he's like,
what did I do?
like, damn, like.
Well, what's funny is when we got him into karate, they got a clip system that they get clips for getting to karate on time, and then for following the instructors. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the class, they hand in their clips and they get stickers. So I was like, oh, stickers are everywhere.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. That's why I have stickers at dentists, at the hospitals, the doctor's office and shit.
Yeah, because the dentist's going to give you candy because you're fucking up your teeth. Right?
Well, that's weird. Oh, what, they do that on purpose? Are you?
Dentists don't give you candy. They only give you
shit, I used to get candy as a kid back in the 90s.
That was back in the day.
I don't remember.
Fuck, they knew candy rot teeth. How the fuck they give me candy? Like after I got drilled and shit and everything else?
I used to hate going to the dentist for like, I remember one time I went and it was just for a routine ass, like, cleaning and stuff, and then they found a cavity. And then he's like, oh, we're going to have to fill that up. And I'm like, all right, let's schedule that for next time. And he's like, no, we're doing that shit now. And I was pissed, bro, because I had a date that night. And I didn't cancel the date either. I didn't fucking care. I went with fucking, like...
You went on a date like that?
With the Novocaine and shit?
Wow.
Well, what's fucked up is she wanted popcorn and slushies and shit. And I was like, eating that shit, and then they're like, eat on your... Because it was on my left side.
Right.
On your right side, if you eat anything. And it was numb, so I guess I just, like, forgot. And I was just like, fucking, oh my god. The left side's fine. I took like a chunk of popcorn like later on, like halfway through the movie, and that shit felt like somebody punched me, and I was just like,
why? Did you bite your tongue?
no, my fucking cavity, I think my shit came out.
Oh, the filling came out?
It's too fresh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fucking explain what fucking happened to the dentist and shit, bro. That's alright.
Yeah, dude, I fucking hate Novocaine. Like, there's sometimes like where I go, and I always ask them like, do I really need Novocaine? They're like, well, it fucking hurts. And I'm like, does it really hurt though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
how do you get it?
Shot?
The shot?
Novocaine?
Yeah.
I think that's the only way you can get it, right? Or is there other
You
ways?
can get it through the mask.
Really?
I thought so.
Yeah, but that's...
Or is that just putting you down under?
I think so.
That's laughing gas and shit, right? I think laughing gas...
Nah, I get the
somebody puts you
Novocaine.
down under. Novocaine, I know through the shot for sure. Like, they put like in your gums.
Yeah, like in your gum or the
Yeah.
fucking back portion or whatever.
Because they did that when they removed all of my wisdom teeth at once.
Ooh, shit.
And then it was some old doctor, and he was just... It was around Christmas time. He was singing "Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer." I'm like, dude, like, you're working on my teeth. Can you please focus? Like, he's just drilling, and I'm sitting back, and there's chunks of my teeth flying up, and it feels that burnt feeling in my mouth. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Oh, the worst thing is when you smell like the fucking burning.
Like burnt hair and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking
My
disgusting,
teeth
bro.
are hurting this
Yeah.
Shit, when I got braces, they or the Invisalign,
Mm-hmm.
that had like a deep clean done and shit. But they do like a different deep clean where it's not like just polishing and shit like that. It's like they clean your pockets out, like your gum pockets or whatever. And that's when I told her, like, do I fucking really need that? Like, come on, I don't really need Novocaine, right? She's like, it fucking hurts. She's like, I gotta clean everything, scraping and shit. I was like, just try it without it. She was like, all right. Bro, she started scraping that shit. I was like, all right, you should probably put Novocaine in my fucking mouth, dude. This shit hurts. And yeah, dude, but I fucking hate that with a passion because, like, it just feels like I just, like, slap myself and shit sometimes, and I like, bite it. It's just, ugh, fuck that, dude.
I feel like a lot of people disregard going to the dentist, and it's actually, like, very important.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you like to eat fucking food.
I know quite a few people that don't go to the dentist.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I remember years back, My uncle almost died because of that.
What?
He had an infection and he didn't know.
Like a cyst or something?
Yeah, and it almost killed him.
Oh shit!
Remember,
Yeah.
like if you get something infected in your tooth,
It travels.
yeah, that shit go right through your bloodstream.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn, bro. I remember I had because in the back of my left side of my mouth, I have all my wisdom teeth still,
Mm-hmm.
but they're like buried. Obviously, they're buried in the back.
Yeah.
But I guess the one on my left side was trying to come out, but it was butting up against my molar all the way in the back. So where it got like there was like a pocket of bacteria, they started getting infected and shit. So over time, I ignored the fuck out of it, and like my tooth actually cracked a little bit in the back. And obviously going to the dentist, like, nah, I don't want to go. So finally, it started hurting so bad. I remember,
Wait, didn't you just say really people ignore going to the dentist?
Well, yeah, that was I was younger, bro. I was a lot younger back then. Yeah, I'm fucking 31 now. I know better.
We're cautious people now.
But so I went out, took my mom out to breakfast or whatever, and I ordered my regular food and shit. And bro, I took a bite and I couldn't. I was like, you know what, mom? Like, fuck this. I'm taking this to go. I was like, I can't stand it. Like, even breathing in air, like, it would hurt. So I went to the Munster dentist and shit. And I was like, I had no insurance at the time.
Wait, was this the one on
On Ridge Road.
Oh, okay.
On Ridge Road. And then I told the lady, I was like, I have no insurance. I have cash, though. I was like, I need to get my fucking tooth pulled out. And she was like, oh, they got an appointment. I was like, I don't care what. Like, I need this shit pulled out now. I was like, if you don't fucking pull it out, I didn't say it like that, but like, if you don't pull it out now, I'm legit going to go home and pull the shit out myself with a fucking pair of pliers. She's like, well, don't do that. Like, you're going to hurt yourself. Like, let me see what I got. So she squeezed me in and shit. I was there for like half hour. She had sitting down and she finally called me in, fill out some paperwork. And the lady was like, the dentist person was like, oh, well, you could do a root canal. I was like, how much is that? She's like, without insurance, like $1,100. I was like, how much is it to get pulled? Like about $100. Pull that shit out. Bro, it was my molar was in there so deep. I swear to God, this cocky ass, like fucking diesel ass motherfucker came, right? Dentist do some scrubs and shit. And he's like yanking on my shit, bro. And he couldn't. Like, he was holding my fucking forehead down. Like, dude, I was like, I looked at him, I was like, come on, like, motherfucker. And then he was like holding my head down, bro. He was like fucking yanking at it. He's like, God. And he was even getting frustrated. He was like, ugh. He's like, man, I don't want to crack it because it'll be worse, So finally, he got a good grip on it, bro, and fucking yanked it out and shit. Boy, that motherfucker is big as shit. And I was like, let me see it. And he was like, dude, that fucking tooth was in there good, bro. I was like, I don't know, man, but $100 on the drain, I'm one tooth less.
It's expensive for that shit, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like medicine. Medicine is expensive. That's why you have to have insurance. For everything.
Even if you got insurance, it's still expensive.
Like, have you looked at the bills before? Like, if you have insurance,
yeah,
it's like $38,000 for like prescription medicine, and like fucking the insurance covers like 99% of it, and you pay like $50 for some shit. Like, what the fuck?
Well, like I told you, cancer runs heavy in my family, and my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and my mom was trying to go get help because at the time it's my mom, my dad, and me. And I'm young. I'm 12. So she couldn't afford everything. Mm-hmm. And the people literally told her, sorry, ma'am, you make too much money. And it's like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Like, do you not know how expensive it is to treat somebody with cancer? And then she got a child at home that she got to feed and all these other things. And at the time, she's not making too much money.
Right.
So it's like, it just aggravates me that you literally have to lie and cheat the system to get ahead. It's like, why should it be like that?
Yeah. I fucking hate this fucking shit, bro.
Did you say your dad was 12 when he passed away? What kind of cancer do you have?
My dad was 54. I had just turned 13, August 28th. He passed away September 1st. Cancer started off in his liver.
Oof. Did he drink a lot or no?
He did drink a lot. Back in like 96, I think it was.
Is that what caused it, you think?
What?
Liver cancer?
Drinking? Maybe. It's a good guess. But back in 96, the doctor had told him, he's like, you need to stop drinking. And my dad would go through spurts where he would stop drinking and then he would drink again. And sure enough, I believe it was 98. It's kind of weird because I never seen my dad when I was little. When I was young, I never seen my dad.
Your parents were divorced?
No. It's just he worked all the time. And it's like, the stereotypical Hispanic family,
Right.
oh, dad's resting, don't bother him. Shh,
Yeah, you don't
he's
wake him
working
up.
night shifts or he's working early and all this other stuff. So in 98, I believe it was, he got hurt at work. He was operating a bobcat. He was going to go dump the bucket into a chute. The chute was clogged. So he gets out of the bobcat was faulty. So as he's cleaning out the chute, the bobcat takes off and the bucket smashes his leg.
Oof.
So he needs massive surgeries, putting rods, screws, all kinds of stuff. Well, after that, he couldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So then it went from always having mom there to now I always got dad there. And it's crazy because I kind of feel like maybe it happened for a reason. Because I did get to spend a lot of time with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My brother got to spend a lot of time with my dad too, but not as much. He didn't have the privilege of having my dad there 24/7. I remember those times where he felt some type of way about my mom having to work, be the breadwinner. But, he said, okay, if she's doing this, I'm going to make sure everything else is taken care of.
Right.
So he would wake up early in the morning, make her her coffee, make her her lunch, go take her to work, come back, and then he'd take me out to eat. Back in the day, it was called Ponderosa.
Where at?
It's there was one in Griffith where the Ultra Foods used to be at, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like a ruler store or something like that, like saving money with a ruler or something like that.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's stupid.
What the
But there used to be a Ponderosa there back then.
And one in Maryville too.
Yeah, but we always went to the one in Griffith. So I spent a lot of time with my dad, and I don't know if, it was just kind of a thing where a boy wanted his father, and
Right.
then I got time, but then the time got cut short. So I remember there was times, it was all around the time when 11, 12 years old, I'd get out of school and I'd be looking for my dad's car and I wouldn't see it. I'm like, what the hell? Where's he at? So I'll wait around a little bit more and I'm like, you know what? Screw this shit. So I went to school in the north side. I went to Harrison, but I lived in the south side.
Right.
But the reason I went to school there is because I was like, I'm tired of changing schools. I had switched like 3 or 4 schools. So when we moved back to the south side, I'm not switching again. So the principal, I was like an honor student and stuff like that. So the principal, they kind of like waived the whole fee and everything like that. So I got to stay there. But yeah, I'd get out of school and he wouldn't be there and I'd walk all the way home. And I'll find him laying in the bed. I'm like, Dad? I'll look. Okay, he's breathing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think he was drunk. Well, come to find out that his liver was so deteriorated, fumes were going up to his brain, causing the act of looking like if he was drunk. So here I am, younger, and I would sometimes be like, Dad, like, what's wrong with you? Like, you just left me, and just telling him things I shouldn't have been telling him. And
Right.
he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, like, I promised I didn't drink. And I'm like, nah, you're lying to me. I'm going to find out it was his liver. It was just too far gone.
Yeah.
And then it's from the liver, it spread to his bones. And it was just too much, even with family helping. We couldn't pick him up. His bones were so brittle. It was a rough time. But before that, we did take a lot of trips, thankfully. We went to Disney World.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that was amazing. So, like, we went to Disney World. We went to Florida for 7 days. And, like, the first day we spent it just at a timeshare.
Mm-hmm.
But the trick was, at the time we did the timeshare, we got, like, tickets to all the parks for, like, cheap as hell.
Right.
So we got to do that, and there's amazing pictures of that. And then we took a trip to Mexico. And on the trip to Mexico is when we started noticing a lot of issues. His leg was swelling up. He just looked out of it. He was saying, I don't feel good. And on the way back, same thing. And then go to the doctor. We can't find anything. Finally, when we find something, it's stage 4 cancer.
Damn.
So, yeah.
And that's what sucks about cancer too, bro. Is like usually it's like not until it's like stage 4 where you start getting like symptoms and shit. That's why I say it's very important to like get yearly checkups, yearly like blood work, shit like that. Oh yeah, I mean definitely you would try to definitely catch it. But see, that's why.
Cancer's the fucking worst.
But that's why I asked you, like, even though cancer runs in your family, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily. Maybe there's like a better chance you're gonna get it just because it runs on both sides of the family. But like, you smoking cigarettes. I mean, obviously, I'm not one to talk. I'm fucking smoking a cigar right now. But like, you smoking cigarettes on a daily basis is not helping your cause.
No, it doesn't. But then I got like somebody like my grandfather. He had cancer in his tongue that spread to his throat. It's like he never smoked.
Yeah, but that's one outlier. You can't really go by where he lived at and how he grew up is different from where you grew up around mills and everything else, and living in Chicago and breathing all this dirty air. And
straight up, we're kind of fucked here. Well, not fucked, but we have like a.
We're fucked multiple ways. We grew up in an area that's very industrialized.
Yep.
On top of that, we're Hispanics, and we don't necessarily have the healthiest eating habits.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I also feel like at the end of the day, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. So, like, I hope it don't happen. So, I just kind of leave it up to a chance, basically.
Right.
So,
me and Hector used to always talk about. We used to always crack jokes about it. About like, we would like, drink pop like crazy. It's since I don't really.
I've got back to that really bad. I need to cut that out.
And remember, we're always as long as I know Hector, me and both always overweight. And one time he made a joke like, "Man, we're dodging a bullet. We don't have diabetes. We like I would. I still don't." Shockingly, I thought when I was in the hospital, they were gonna tell me you're a fucking diabetes kid, but.
Yeah, I went to the doctor and got my blood work done, and I was like 0.1 away from being classified as a diabetic.
Damn.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, shit. Wake up call.
Yeah.
So then I went through a stretch in which I was eating nothing but vegetables and fish or chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And I got blood work done again, and the numbers dropped. Everything was looking pretty good. Hypertension, the blood pressure was still there, but that's kind of due to the cigarette smoking.
Right.
But, I was doing good there for a while, and then I fell off the wagon. Now I got to get back on it.
Yeah, but so when your dad, like, how long did it, by the time he got diagnosed to the day he passed, like, how long was that process? Like,
honestly, it felt like forever, but it was only a few months.
damn.
Yeah, they said he wouldn't make it to February. Then they said he wouldn't make it to December, and he didn't make it to that. He made it September 1st.
Man, that's crazy.
I was at the house, and I was sleeping. My brother, Miguel, the oldest brother of mine, he comes to get me, and he's like, hey, get dressed. We got to go see Dad.
Oh, he was at the hospital?
He was at a nursing home.
Okay.
It got too far for us to even keep him at the house anymore. But, yeah, it's kind of weird how things happen, because when he said that, I looked at him like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
He's like, nothing. And in my head, I'm thinking like
there's something going on.
Nah, there's something wrong.
Yeah, there's something.
So I remember the shower, and I was in the shower, and I was just like thinking, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, something don't feel right. So then I get dressed, get in the car, and we drive up there. And right before we get inside the facility, he steps in front of me.
So at that point, was he already gone?
So he stepped in front of me. And
Shit.
he just looks me in the eye and he says, I got something to tell you. And like I said, I had a weird feeling the whole time.
Yeah, for sure.
And he told me, we lost Dad. I don't know if it was like an hour ago or 2 hours ago, but we had lost Dad. And he just gave me a big old hug, and I was pretty much like a stone. I didn't cry. I didn't say anything. He stops hugging me. We walk inside, and I see him laying there in bed. We go through the motions of setting everything up, the funeral services. I'm not using this as an excuse, but I was young. So I was kind of like, trying to do other things, I guess, to distract myself, get myself away from it.
Yeah.
I remember carrying the casket. I remember the casket going down into the ground. No tears. I think it was like a year or two later. And my dad was previously married. So I got a brother and a sister that, are half blood, but we don't call ourselves that. That's my brother, that's my sister. And I owe a lot to their mom because I remember one day, this was like about a year or two later, we're at the cemetery, and we're walking away. We're leaving. And she looks over at me and she's all like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she's like, "Everybody go up ahead." She's like, I'm gonna talk to Hector. And she grabs me and she walks me right in front of my dad's grave, and she tells me, she's like, "I'm not here right now." She's like, "It's only you and your dad." And I just broke down crying. When my dad was sick, a lot of people would tell me that I have to be like the man of the house.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of nights I'd wake up and my mom would be crying, and I'd just go into her room and hold her and tell her everything's gonna be okay. Like, we got each other. Dad's looking down on us. And I never really had an opportunity to cry until then.
Yep.
So once that happened, man, it was just like all out. And I needed that so badly. Once I lost my dad, it's like I felt so lost as just a person because he was my biggest supporter. He was, like my biggest fan.
Right.
Everything I would do, he was like, "Man, good job, mijo, keep it up," all this other stuff. You got a future. Well, I lost Dad, and I was like, what do I got now? So, at 13 is when I first started smoking weed. A friend of mine, he's like, "Hey, bro," he's like, "I see you kind of going through some stuff." And showed me a blunt. I was like, "What is this?" He's like, "Bro, smoking." I was like, "What?" Peer pressure, tried it, loved it.
Right.
I loved getting away from the reality of things. But that's just the thing. It was just getting away from it. It was avoiding it. It wasn't dealing with it.
Right.
I lost touch. I had lost base with God too for a while there. I'm not the most religious person, but I do believe in the Lord. But at one point there, I was like, there ain't no God. Like, how can if there was a God, why would you allow people to go through these kind of feelings? Why would you allow people to go through these kind of pains?
Yeah.
But it took a lot of soul searching and a lot of eye opening to finally get myself to the place that I'm at now. And truth be told, it wasn't easy. It was rough, but I mean, at the end of the day, whatever you're going through, there's always somebody going through something worse. You gotta be thankful for what you got and keep pushing forward.
Definitely, dude.
So,
like, how was it growing up though? Like after you lost your father, obviously you're fucking young as shit, so you never really, you had a father figure, but you say like for the most of your life, he was always at work. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you really had that father figure when he was at work, but when he wasn't at work and you had time to spend with him, obviously.
Bro, it was amazing. It was hilarious. First of all, my dad is a lot like me. He is a bit of a joker.
Yeah.
He loves laughing. I remember one time we were at the park and he was throwing me pitches. And then we rotated, so I'm throwing him pitches. Well, he hits one straight at my nuts. And, I'm on the ground crying in so much pain. A baseball just came flying at my nuts.
Yeah.
And, you think your dad would pick you up and be like, "Oh, everything's okay." Nope. No, my dad drops down to the ground laughing. He's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." He's like, "I could tell." Yeah, so my dad was pretty cool. He was amazing. I like to think of him as Superman, bro. I'm sure a lot of people think of their parents like that, but my dad did do so many things.
Yeah.
After he got hurt, he did so many things. He was there for my mom. He was there for me. He was there for my brother whenever he needed it. My other brother, my sister, my grandparents. And I'm like, damn, Dad, like, where do you find the time and energy to do all this stuff? But it's just like, just he did it. So
But it's great because, you know, I see a lot of those core values you're talking about there. You definitely got them from your father because you're like that. You do that. You know what I mean? Whenever I know I need something, if Hector's able to, he'll pull through for me. I know he will.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time my car was stranded out in the parking lot. I knew Hector for maybe a year at this point. Not even that probably, right? And Hector pulled through and picked me up. Like my car died at Best Buy buying some stupid fucking CD. And Hector came and got me.
Mellow Hype.
What the fuck is that?
Exactly.
Tyler the Creator group, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But no, like that, you know, everything you went through with your pops and shit, you can kind of tell that even though you only had him for a short time in your life, like now that you have a stepson, you know, you could tell, you know, me watching your Snapchats and you sharing, you know, pictures of him while he's doing like his karate or, you know, whatever he's doing and shit, even like little videos of him talking and shit, and you're like in the living room chilling with him or whatever. But you know, you could tell that the stuff that you learned, even though, this is the thing, is like, for the longest time, a lot of people think that, like, you know, oh, my parents worked so much, they didn't really teach me shit. Like, I didn't learn shit from them. Yeah. You know, this or that.
I never held that idea, man. I know a lot of people that have said stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I understand, but it's not like your parents are out there partying, drinking.
Right.
They're out there working to provide for you.
Right.
You know, and that's something that I feel like, you know, people got to realize, too. It's like, at the same time, too, you also got to find a fine line. You can't just spend your whole time working.
Right.
You got to be there for the kids and do things and be a part of these things because you're going to see your child do something amazing, you're going to miss it. Like, you're just going to hear about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe see a video of it instead of actually being there to embrace it. You know, so... I never held resentment towards them.
At the end of the day, bro, like they're still human too. Like our parents are still human. So like, you know, especially if you had parents that had you at a young age, like they want to get away from that too. You know, they spend all that time taking care of you and your brothers and siblings and working and taking care of you, making sure you have a house and food and everything else. Like sometimes like they want to get away on the weekend too and drink and have party. If they get fucked up, they get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to do things just how we are now, how we want to chill and do things. You know, even if you don't have kids or you do have kids, like you're going through the same shit that they're going through. You know, having kids and on the weekends you want to go out, so now you take them to babysitter or mom takes care of them or whatever. Yeah. Definitely, dude.
That's how it is, man.
Definitely, bro. And like see, this is why I like doing this podcast. Not this podcast in general, but just like listening to podcasts in general. Just like, you know, sitting down and talking because, like, I know I you know, we know each other, but like, you know, I know we don't know a lot of things. I don't know a lot of things about you. Like, I never heard that story before. Yeah. I didn't know that. Like, I knew like your dad wasn't here no more, but I didn't know how he died. Or when he died, you know, or what age were you, and the shit that you've been through, or the shit you're going through, and everything else. Like a lot of stuff that that you were saying, that like, you trying to keep yourself occupied to like not think about it, is the stuff that, you know, I did too, you know, in my father's services and shit like that. Like I mean, I was there, you know, when he passed away, so. It's just fresh.
Yeah. It hurts.
Well, it just sucks because like just hearing your story, I went through when I was fucking 30. So I'm older and I have a kid. So, like, I have something to occupy me. And not thinking about it. Like, my birthday just passed. And Father's Day. Yeah. Like, it's the first time not having him. Like, shit, this is what, like, your fucking 20th Father's Day, 20th fucking, like, birthday without having him.
Yeah.
And it's definitely hard, you know. And it sucks, dude. It was, like, just hearing her story. Like I was holding back tears, like not for my father, but like for him. Yeah, like fuck, dude, like just like imagine being fucking 13, 12 years old. And like hearing that your father has like cancer and shit. It's like, dude, like he doesn't have that much time to live, and like, especially like him, like you know, you didn't have much time with him, even though he was there living with you guys and he was working and doing everything else. Like you didn't have that time as much that you would, you know, I would guess you would hope that you would have with him, but you didn't have it. And like now he's like, you know, gone and shit at an early age, and
A lot of things that mess me up about that is like just getting older. I'll do things and I'll start thinking like, damn, I wonder how it'd be if my dad was here right now.
right,
You know, like I'm about to be a father
right,
and my dad's not there. Um, so many things, you know, learning how to drive. You know, first time you're with the girl, you know,
right,
taking a girl on a date, anything, you know, all these things that you hope to have your father there for, and you know, he's not there. It's like, I remember one time, I was sitting in Alex's basement and we were watching, I think it was a Cubs game. Yeah, it was a Cubs game. And I was telling him, I don't know if you remember, but I told you, I was like, yeah, my dad was a huge Cubs fan, diehard. And you're like, man, I wish I could sit down and watch a Cubs game with your dad. And, you know, I don't know why you said that, but when you said that, it was kind of like, I wish my dad was here. You know, I never had a
Right.
chance to, like, you know, do adult things with my dad, you know? But I've literally had quite a few experiences, man, in which things could have hit left for me. And I feel like they didn't because my dad was right there by my side. It doesn't get easier when you lose somebody like that. The thing that keeps me going forward is that I feel like my dad's up there looking down on me. So I do everything to make him proud.
right,
So he may not be here physically telling me, rooting me on, cheering me on, but he's in my heart. So that's what I take into consideration, you know. Just recently I went to the cemetery and I used to go every day. Now I sit down and I'll talk. I'll update him. You know, my dad wasn't talking back to me. I'm not like a crazy person or anything
right,
like that.
right, yeah,
But I'll just be like, you know, Pops, this is what's going on. You know, take care of me, take care of Mom, make sure the kids are good, my niece and nephews. And, you know, I hadn't gone there in a while, and I just recently went. It was me and my girl and my mom. And, you know, we did a little TLC to the headstone because, you know, they don't get taken care of, so we were cleaning it. We planted some flowers, and just seeing there, it was like a piece. Felt like he was looking down on me, like, I'm proud of you. One thing I always say is, you know, I lost my dad young, but I seen what it was to be a man. So I feel like he gave me the blueprint.
mm,
So with that blueprint, I just been following it. So I try every day to make my dad proud. And then the other thing is too, I was going through so many things and very rebellious, doing things I shouldn't have been doing. So hateful. And, you know, I'm not proud of those things. But it took me a while to realize I'm sitting here so full of hate and doing all these things. But I still got my mom here.
right,
And that kind of opened my eyes too. It's like, damn, like, I'm sitting here crying like a bitch, and it's okay to cry. But it's like, my thing was like, I did tell my dad, you know, he was on his deathbed. And I told him, like, hey, don't worry, like, I'm going to take care of Mom. Don't worry. And I seen what kind of peace that brought to him.
yeah,
So somewhere down the line, I lost sight of that. And then I realized, like, you know, I'm sitting here still mourning one parent, but I still got another one.
still got another one, yep,
You know? And like I said, sometimes people have it way worse where they don't have parents. You know? But it's not to downplay, you know, our losses, but we just got to try and see the positive in everything and keep pushing forward. I feel like our loved ones are always with us, protecting us. Like I said, I'm not gonna go too much into detail, but I've been into a few situations where I know it could have easily ended wrong.
Right.
You know, just a couple years ago, I was hanging out with these guys, and Chris was like, "I'm gonna go home," and I'm like, "Damn, I'm gonna go home too." And Chris was like, "I'll drop you off." And somebody else was all like, "Nah, let's chill." And Chris seen it in my face like I did not want to do it.
I could tell he wanted to go home.
So I'm like, screw it. So I stayed. And then we ended up getting in a car accident. And my dumb ass didn't have a seatbelt. I could have flew through that windshield. I'm 300 pounds. I'll show you the picture of the windshield. You will see my head imprinted on it.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
It's a miracle I didn't fly off of there. Alex was all like, because I remember Alex came to the hospital, and I was saying, yeah, I had my seatbelt on, and Alex was like, that's a lie. He's like, you would have been like that.
So I remember when me and Alex got that call. Alex called me, told me, and then like, I was in my fucking PJs and shit. I didn't fucking care. I just threw on the fucking shirt. We fucking ran. You know what's fucked up about it? Well, I think it was at the time of that like Wiz Khalifa song, you know, that they made for Paul Walker was out.
Mm-hmm.
They came on the radio, and me and Alex looked at each other and shit, bro. We were like, it's a fucking sign. We were like, sad as fuck. But
Right.
thank God everything played out. Like,
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
looking-
I didn't even know about that shit.
I'm going to show you. After this is wrapped up, I'll show you the picture. You
Yeah.
will see my
He's
head
everywhere.
imprint into that windshield. It's a miracle I didn't go flying off.
You were in the front seat or in the back?
I was in the passenger seat,
Yeah.
right next to the driver. No seatbelt.
He definitely had a guardian angel looking out for him, man. Definitely his pops. Bro.
Yeah.
That. I remember your glasses were totally gone.
Everything was totally gone. I had just bought a headset that day, too. Shirt bloodied, pants ripped, everything. And it's like, I wanted to go home. Something told me to go home, and I was like, nah, let me stay.
Or I stayed with him in his crib that night till like 2 or 3 in the morning because, you know, they said in case of concussions and stuff, they don't have falling asleep.
Oh, yeah.
He asked me to chill. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's my brother right there, man.
Fucking asshole, bro. Making me cry.
Hey, man.
So like I say, man, you
I know.
never judge a book by its cover, man. Because inside of that book, you don't know what is.
Yeah.
So, you know, I sometimes do it too. I'll just be judgmental before I get to know somebody. You know, like somebody will tell me, somebody used to say like, damn, Freddie's an asshole. I'm like, nah, Freddie just talks shit. That's just Freddie.
Yeah,
He don't mean nothing by it, believe me.
Probably that guy here.
I don't remember if it was him.
Fucking
I
hates
can't
me.
remember.
Him or John. One of those two.
I remember one of the first times I met, like, one of the first times I was getting to know Hector. I was wearing a white t-shirt, and he told me Pillsbury Doughboy. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? This is my 3rd time meeting him. Why is he calling me that? That's my fucking brother now, you know what I'm saying?
One thing I'm trying to adopt, bro, is I keep fucking forgetting, bro. I went to Walmart like 10 times in the past week and still haven't gotten a fucking like a notebook or a composition notebook. I've been planning on starting to like write down my thoughts and just like not do like daily entries, but just like if something happened or like if my son did something today that really made me proud or happy, or like today he said this word and oh dude, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like as a parent, because you know the day that I leave and shit, how cool would it be for my kids to be like, holy fuck, dude, like I didn't even know Dad had like a stack of fucking notebooks. Let's read through them and shit.
Yeah.
And they're reading them and like, oh, today March whatever, fucking I fell and scraped my knee and my son came and gave me, you know, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Just like
I think that's like a good fucking idea that I've been
Yeah.
trying to do, but I keep fucking forgetting the goddamn notebook, bro.
I'll tell you what, if I go to the store, I'll get you a notebook.
I think I got notebooks at home. I just gotta look for them because we moved apartments and shit. So like I just still little shit that I have to bring down and whatever. But I think that's like a really good idea for anybody. Shit, you know what I'm saying? For even if you don't have kids or just anything, because you know life is too short that you know if you're like a person who doesn't have kids and is young and you know you die tragically or whatever happens and your parents don't have anything of you. You know, if you imagine if you would have left notebooks behind of like years worth or months worth of like, you know, just journal entries and, you know, I'm pretty sure that would give them like some kind of insight in your life.
I gotta go to the bathroom, guys.
All right.
Well,
We're gonna end it here anyway. So this fight's about to start. I gotta take a piss too.
Well, it was great having my boy Hector on, my brother. Love you, man.
Appreciate it, guys. You know I'm always here whenever y'all need anything.
Definitely, bro. Thanks, and thank you guys for coming out and enjoy this fight. Go Barrios. Fuck Javante. Eat my ass.
And I gotta go piss. Bye.
All right, smoking on the fucking stogie, bitch.
Welcome to the Loki Shetty Podcast.